one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. Just gotta mean something to you. They gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps because they know what happens next. So without further ado,
free smoke.
Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience.
You know, at this point, bro, the Warriors might as well throw me a jersey, bro, and suit me up, bro. Dead ass, man. I can't remember who wear number 24 if that number retired, but they might as well go ahead and go throw me a jersey, bro, and suit me up, bro. Cause I can do better than what some of these motherfuckers is out there doing for Golden State right now. And it's an absolute fucking shame that Steph Curry is dealing with this. Now I already know what the Steph Curry haters gonna say. Oh, this what happening. But you motherfuckers is the same ones who say that about your favorite athletes when they're losing in a finals, if your favorite athlete can even get to the finals. Alright? But it's still Warriors in 7. I adjusted my pick for a fucking reason a week ago. Because I knew going into game 1, and especially after game 1, I had not given the Celtics enough respect. I told you I had to throw my fandom, my Laker fandom, my Curry fandom, my Celtics hate to the side and actually analyze this shit. And I told you it was going 7. Now, with that being said, this is not a NBA Finals breakdown. And I know some people who follow me and people in the past, one day when hopefully I'm a bigger channel, in the future, people might see this video and be like, or they might have been like, why he didn't break down the NBA Finals? Because this is why. I am far too emotionally invested, bro. All right? Even though I already know how to separate my emotions from, you know, being a professional and talking about this and not being biased and all that good shit. Even with that, I'm just still too... Look, bro, if you could see my heart during these fucking games. And I picked this to go into 7, but I'm still like I'm right now, even though I picked it to go to 7, I'm like, Golden State have to win game 4. Like, we cannot go back to Golden State down 3-1. Cannot go back down. And what's amazing is I picked Curry to drop to, like, I thought Curry was going to score, like, have a average about 30 plus during the series, and he done that. But it's just so many. On a night where Klay Thompson finally give you something, Jordan Poole and Draymond just give you nothing. And obviously, when I say Draymond give you nothing, I'm not talking about his scoring. But Draymond was not Draymond tonight. He provided off damn near nothing to us tonight. And it's crazy to me that I keep having to get on this motherfucker and talk about how somebody else on the Warriors didn't step up for Curry. Like, I mean, what the fuck do Curry got it? What more? This is not 20-something-year-old Curry. This is a 34-year-old Curry giving you motherfuckers 30 plus a night. And you motherfuckers cannot get him. I mean, he give you 30 plus, and then you motherfuckers can't score. He give you 30 plus again, and you motherfuckers let 3 Celtics go for 24 plus, and Tatum, Smart, and Brown. And it's so crazy how I keep telling y'all that Brown is the more aggressive of him and Tatum. It's so wild how this is playing out. Like, I knew what I was seeing and what I was watching, and it's crazy how it's so crazy how I'm calling this. But I'm not gonna give up on Jason Tatum as like being the best player on that team. He just don't got the aggressiveness right now that Brown have. And you know what? I was thinking about Tatum the other day. When Tatum first came into the league, I swear he had more of an aggressiveness to him than he got right now. But I'm not here to talk about that. But I'm just here to say we down 2-1. I have confidence we're going to win game 4. But you're not going to hear me talk about none of these games. I done come to that conclusion. Game 1, 2, I done recorded already. Will I put those up? I don't know. But I'm definitely not recording for none of these games no more. I will talk about the entirety of the series when the series ends, bruh. Because my heart and my mind just can't do it. Just can't do it. This one of them questions that come into the mind where it's like, is it better to have had and lost, or better to not have had at all? You know what I'm saying? It's like, is it better to have loved and lost, or is it better to have never loved at all? You know what I'm saying? Them type of questions. That's the question you ask yourself. I remember Braun said that when he lost like his 6th one, he was like, or his 5th one time losing in the finals, he was like, sometimes I wonder, is it better to have not even gotten to the finals at all than getting here and losing because of the feeling of losing in the finals? Man, I do not want Curry to have to experience that again this year, boy. But boy, the Warriors going to have to play their fucking lives out the rest of this series. And I truly believe, because I didn't expect to talk about the Warriors and the Celtics this long. I had pivoted on my comment that I had made very early in the season about the Warriors needing to package up some of these young dudes and go out and get a legitimate, proven superstar veteran or star veteran right now. And I kind of pivoted on that throughout the playoffs because of how people were stepping up. I'm pretty much back on that. I'm almost certain I'm back on that. And I'm not saying that you trade Jordan Poole, because I don't think that's who you trade. But you also not going to trade Klay Thompson. But I don't think you can get what you're looking for by just trading Wiseman and Andrew Wiggins. But if you're telling me that you're going out and getting a dude who could play beside Curry for the next 6 years, 4, 5, 6, not 4, because it can't be just 4. If you're telling me you're getting somebody who can ride out with Curry, matter of fact, if you're telling me you're bringing over somebody who can get Curry a championship in the next 3 years, he can compete for a championship and legitimately have a chance to win one in the next couple years, I would trade that for Jordan Poole all day, because I don't care what the Warriors are after Steph Curry leave. I care what Steph Curry is and what they are while he is here. I care about maximizing Steph Curry's career and his greatness right now. I do not care about Jordan Poole's career down the line when Steph Curry is no longer playing. I'm just being dead ass serious with you. Like, my fandom is coming out for Steph Curry. Like, I done said it multiple times. I was not a Warrior fan. I was a Curry fan. I became a Warrior fan by looking at Curry so much. But seeing Steph lose is the only thing that will bother me. Seeing I love Draymond and Klay Thompson and Iggy and all. Seeing them motherfuckers lose is not gonna really do nothing for me. That's not gonna have me losing sleep or nothing. Seeing Steph Curry lose is my problem. Like, I hope that really hammer home my fandom, because I am a Laker fan. Seeing the Lakers lose would hurt me. Okay? Seeing LeBron lose on the Lakers, seeing LeBron lose does nothing for me. Seeing the Lakers lose is what does something for me. Seeing LeBron win that championship at Disney World did nothing for me. Seeing the Lakers win the championship at Disney World did something for me. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Seeing the Warriors win a championship did nothing for me. Seeing Steph Curry win a championship did something for me. You get what I'm saying. But that's just my outlook. I just really hope that these motherfuckers on the Warriors step up, bro. Because you got to play better defense, bro. You cannot have these Celtics players go. And the Warriors keep proving that they can compete with these motherfuckers. But then they just go on these runs where they just play like shit. I'm not losing faith, man. But if we lose game 4, I'm going to tell you right now, that is the series. But, yo, what the fuck is up, man? How we doing today? That was a long intro. That was a very long intro. I told you motherfuckers that we... Yo, bro, I got to say something. It's no offense to people who like this, but I don't like Chinese food. And I don't know if it's that I don't like Chinese food, or if it's just that Chinese food don't taste how it tasted back when I was a young buck, like in high school and shit, eating Chinese food on Fridays. Like, shit don't taste the same. I had some General Toso chicken and some sesame seed chicken, which is basically the same shit, just one got sesame seeds on it. I had those shits the other day. Both of them shits was absolutely disgusting. And I asked myself, I say, is this how this shit tasted when I was coming up, and it just tastes like this now? And the only reason I even considered that is because I done drank and ate some of the foods and drinks that I drank and ate when I was a kid that I loved as a kid. And those shits are fucking disgusting as a grown man now, bro. Like, Have you ever, bro? I used to throw back Kool-Aid jammers like them shits, bruh. Kool-Aid jammers was my vibe growing up, bro. Those shits are fucking disgusting now. I'm not talking about Kool-Aid packs like you get the Kool-Aid powder and you make it with sugar. No, I'm talking about Kool-Aid jammers. I never liked Capri Sun, so them shits was always nasty to me. The high C's, bro, them shits is disgusting, which is crazy because if you go to Wendy's or any place that's got like the drink machine, it's got like the Coke machine with all those fucking drinks in it, the Mellow Yellow is nasty in every single one of those machines, so I don't know why people would ever get that shit out of a machine. But you'd be surprised how many UNC and Duke students love that shit, or those expensive drinks. They love them expensive drinks. There's just a bunch of fucking syrup mixed in with some lemonade. But anyways, you go to those fucking, if you go to any of those Coke machines, I don't even remember what they call them shits, but the ones with all those drinks in it, and you click on the high C, on me, bro, high C tastes lit in the machine, but if you go buy one in the store, like the little kid ones, them shits is disgusting, cuz. Them shits is disgusting. I tried. But listen, here a little secret for you. If you eat at Wendy's, bro, and you love the fucking lemonade, the strawberry lemonade, right? You say you like the strawberry lemonade that got the pulp and the seeds at the bottom of it. Listen, you throwing $4 or $5 at that nasty ass drink, and I used to love that drink too, but it's nasty to me now. Because you can just get a drink that's like $2, if even that, and you can tell them I want high C lemonade and mix it with high C strawberry, and that shit gonna taste not just better than what you would have got from that overpriced one, but it's gonna be cheaper and better, bro. You're gonna taste the difference because it's actually kind of sweet. It's a little bit sweeter to me. I don't know, man. It's like tart at times. It depends on how the machine acting, but it's always gonna taste good unless you just got a machine that's out of the sugar and shit. That's a whole different situation. However, we did not get on this motherfucker to talk about no fucking Wendy's. But check me out. Tonight, we talking about the fucking Chargers and a 2022-2023 schedule. Alright? So first, I'm going to just tell you the games that they got on their schedule. Now, where this conversation goes, who knows? Hey, yo, before I start talking about the Chargers, you know what fucking amazes me? Oh, I made some macaroni and cheese the other night, bro, and that shit was flames. But, I was talking about, and it's so crazy that I like macaroni and cheese, because I don't like cheese, but I like macaroni and cheese, but I don't like cheese. Okay, but anyways. I was watching the Voice the other day. Like, just some clips of singers on The Voice. I just want to say, sometimes it feel like some of these 4-chair turn people should not be getting I'm real critical on The Voice, I guess, bro. Some of these motherfuckers who be making it far to me really can't sing. And then sometimes it feel like some of the best singers get sent home. It'd be crazy. And then some of the best singers be having some of the oddest choices of songs, bro. Like, it's so crazy. It's like if you have a crazy voice that can hit all type of peaks and valleys, bro, you gotta sing 2 emotional songs that everybody knows, bro. That's instantly gonna connect, and that's gonna, like, I done seen people on The Voice who don't even connect with the song they singing, but they can sing the shit so good that they can manufacture emotion just based off of how they can sing it. Like the dude Jordan, the big white dude. I'm not trying to pick on his weight, but I can't remember his last name, and that's the only way I can remember him right now. He sang Chandelier on Americans USA The Voice. The only reason I gotta say American USA The Voice because there's so many fucking seasons and countries of The Voice, bro. Why has Kelly Rowland not been on the fucking American Voice yet? I want to know that. Like, why is Kelly Rowland, why has she not been on this Voice? Like, they got Jennifer Hudson over here. That's very interesting to me. But anyways, it's like somebody got to tell some of these contestants on The Voice, like, it should be like something laid out where, like, bro, you got to give us like an emotional banger, bro. Like the dude Jordan, I don't really think, like, some people will say he had a lot of emotion in his songs. I don't agree. I think he just was great at doing a lot of runs and all this unique shit with his voice. Because to me, it's three things that can win in The Voice. If you just got a unbelievable voice, if you have a very unique voice and you pick great song choices to show off that, like when Dia Frampton in season 1 sung Kanye's Heartless. That shit was still, to me, to this day, one of the greatest, moments, performances on. And I want to say something else. I don't know how you can find season 1 of The Voice. I feel like that's just nowhere to be found, or the first 2-3 seasons. I went back and seen some of Javier Colon, the dude who won season 1. I didn't think he should have won back then, and I don't think he still should have won right. I don't think he should have won even more right now, bruh. But that's neither here nor there. But the dude Jordan, I didn't really feel the emotion in most of his songs, but I thought he was so great at singing them shits that's why he won. I think he won. But you got some of these performers who can show a shit ton of emotion while they singing it. So some of the parts of the song can suffer from not being as vocally unbelievable as somebody else, but the emotion and mixed with the vocals, that's what really hits your heartstrings, you know what I'm saying? And I just haven't been feeling The Voice lately, bro. I really think they gotta fix this shit. Some of the song choices on The Voice nowadays, to me, is fucking trash. I'm gonna be honest. I can watch a whole episode, and maybe this is just me, and I thought I had a huge catalog of music, and it can always still get bigger, always, but I've seen multiple seasons of The Voice now, but it's episodes where I don't know a single fucking song being sang on the episode. This shit is wild. And I'm like, how do you, it's just wild to me, bruh. And like I said, it could be the fact that I don't really think I have a small music catalog, but I mean, I guess you could say so. But a lot of this, and then some of the songs I know, and I'm just like, yo, this is terrible. Or not even terrible, just this is not how I pictured, or this song don't sound that great when they sing it, so I don't, you know what I'm saying? And then, now this one's gonna be the craziest one, but I feel like on The Voice sometimes, they have too many of the same fucking voices. It's too many voices that's the same, or just really not standing out. Or you got one or two people who so very clearly the best voices on the show, so it kind of fuck up the show because those are two voices that's gonna get there. So I kind of feel, and then I heard somebody say one time, and I done read, and I'm just guessing that this is the thing now. A lot of these contestants on The Voice already have a big following and shit like that before they get on. That completely destroyed the integrity of the show, in my opinion. I thought it was no-namers. And I understand some of these people are no-namers because the majority of the world don't know. But still, I thought this was just legit no-name people, not with huge followings and already rich off of YouTube type shit. But maybe I'm wrong. But I just think why wouldn't the Voice should try some new shit? Put on a Christmas season when the Christmas season roll around. Put on a fall season of The Voice or something. I don't know. They gotta do something to refreshing this shit. I think they need to bring back the original coaches for a season. And bring back Adam, Blake, Christina Aguilera, and CeeLo. And have CeeLo and Christina Aguilera do the rendition of Crazy. You can even throw Blake in there. Blake was pretty solid in his rendition when he did it. But either way, bro, they got to figure something out with The Voice, bro. I think they're going too much with the theatrics and the blocking and the stick. You know what I'm saying? They done lost their roots, bro. Everything getting flipped up but the fucking voices, bro. Can we get the actual voices? That's what the show is called, The Voice. I'm more concerned with these voices. I remember back then, motherfuckers was even creating their own songs. I remember Dia created a song called Inventing Shadows. I can't even remember what the fuck Javier's song was that he created. His original song was. That shit was hard too, though, I believe. But and I'm not saying Javier was bad in season 1. I just thought Dia was so unique. Dia was one of the first people who was so I was like, yo, this is very interesting to me. I've never seen this before. I've never been exposed to this before. This is a very unique voice. I had heard Javier Colon voices before. I had never quite heard of Dia Frampton, and that's what opened another catalog for music to me. because I was like, this is like a folk type voice. That I didn't even know what folk was at the time. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't even the word that I used at the time when I was describing her voice. I was just so mesmerized. I was like, yo, what the fuck am I listening to right now? Have not really got those moments consistently with the voice over the last couple years. Like, yo, it was a young lady on The Voice, but it wasn't the American Voice. It wasn't the USA. It was another voice, and she sung "Driver's License" by Olivia Rodrigo in her blonde auditions. She sang it again on the show. I don't know how these overseas shows work, because she ended up singing the song again later on in the show. She sang Adele's "Easy on Me." That her, like, as amazing as her voice is, imagine how much better her voice would be if it was like 6 people on the show who actually had that type of voice also, who had a voice comparable to that. Because it was so very clear she was going to win the show, because there was nobody on the show who had that voice, in my opinion. The shit she could do with her voice was just ridiculous. And now that I think about it, she probably better than most of the people who I done seen on the American Voice in a minute. The American Voice got to figure something out, bro. They got to get this shit feeling like a family thing again. Like, I don't know what it is, man. I'm not feeling it. But let's talk about the fucking LA. Go Chargers. We talking about the Chargers, bro. Okay, listen. Week 1, the Chargers got the Raiders at home. We in LA. Week 2, on the road in Kansas City. Week 3, you see how I said 2? Because I used to be one of them motherfuckers that was T. Nah, when you live down here for so long, you don't do that shit no more. That's why now I laugh when I hear some of my homies from Baltimore. And I just want to say something else, bro. I saw this thing the other day where it was like, people from Baltimore don't it's always weird to me when I hear people. You live somewhere so long and you start, because sometimes I catch myself saying Baltimore, like, and that's so crazy when I accidentally say it like that, like Baltimore. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I always say Baltimore, but I done got in the habit of saying Baltimore because I hear everybody say Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And so for a long time I was on the do and all that type shit. Now I'm on do. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody used to, it was so funny. One of my homeboys used to tease me because I used to say hot. Heart is how they say it down. That's how people say it. And I used to say hot for so long, like hot. Like, when people say car, I would say car. I guess I just throw the R's off of the end of those sentences and shit. Due to car, this shit. Anyways, back to what we was talking about. Week 3, Jaguars, you at home. Week 4, you got the Texans in Texas. And what the fuck am I talking? In Houston. Week 5, in Cleveland, taking on the Browns. Week 6, you at home taking on the Broncos. Week 7, you at home taking on the Seahawks. Week 8, you on the road in Atlanta taking on the Falcons. Do Chick-fil-A still? Hey, Chick-fil-A nasty anyway, so it don't matter if that shit open on Sundays or not. Week 9, you heading on the road again to take on the 49ers in San Francisco. Week 10, you at home taking on the Chiefs. Week 11, you got the Cardinals in Arizona. Week 12, you got the Raiders in Kansas City. What the fuck am I talking about? Week 12, you have the Raiders in Las Vegas. And week 13, you have the Dolphins. I spelled that shit the Dolphins. And that's at home. You have week 14. Well, let me make it specific. Week 13, you have the Dolphins in LA. Week 14, you have the Titans in Tennessee. Not in Tennessee. You have the Titans in LA also. I'm a dipshit. Week 15, you have the Colts in Indy. I was going to say in Atlanta. But yes, in Indy, you would take on the Colts. Week 16, you'll take on the Rams at home. And wow, both LA teams will play each other in LA, but the Rams will be the home team. In week 17, you get the Denver fucking Broncos. Oh, hold up. At Denver. So, let me look at this fucking schedule. Hold up. Give me a second. Raiders, Chiefs, Texans. Yeah, this is a pretty rough looking schedule. So the way I had this schedule broken up is I have basically 5 games apiece on one side on the top and like 4 games apiece on one side and 3 on the other. Listen, it's broken up into sections, damn it. That's all you need to know. And in the first section, the easiest games you would think right now going into the season, just you would think, would be the Jags, the Texans, Browns in weeks 3, 4, 5, right? And the Brown, we'll get into that in a minute. In week 6 through 10, the easiest games you would think is Seahawks, Atlanta. Week 11, I don't think you got no easy games. And in week 15 through 17, I don't think you have no easy games. So if I'm looking at this schedule right, only games that I can see that I would actually have them down winning, the way everything is right now, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 5 wins on their schedule, like off rip. If everything would have played, now I'm not just gonna give them the 5 wins, but I might shit. But listen, week 1, you at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. I might have called them motherfuckers the motherfuckers. Those motherfuckers, the Oakland Raiders. If I did, apologies, didn't mean to, but you know what I'm saying. Listen, week 1, you open up against a Raiders team that has Derek Carr. Obviously, you got the new additions. The one that matters, the biggest one, obviously, being Devontae Adams. But you do get Chandler Jones also. I think some people forget about that they signed Chandler Jones. But I'm imagining he's going to be healthy going into that game. But I think Vegas is going to win that game. I'm looking at the additions, not Vegas, L.A. I'm looking at the additions that LA made in the offseason. The big ones. Like, I didn't write all the fucking rookies down and all that shit. J.C. Jackson, Khalil Mack, Sebastian Joseph Day. Some of you motherfuckers might not know who Sebastian Joseph Day is. Sebastian Joseph Day is a good player. That's a great addition. And they made other good additions too. Because I think Troy Reader or DJ Reader, I can't remember his first name. But Reader, the middle linebacker, I think that's a good pick too. A big signing. A good signing. But I think that the Raiders lose this game. Well, it don't matter about the Raiders. I think the Chargers win this game to open up their season in LA. I think that it'll probably be more Raider fans in this LA stadium for the Chargers home game than actual Charger fans. That's actually pretty nutty. And it's not easy picking the Chargers to win this game because obviously I'm a low-key, like I love Derek Carr, so I kind of root for the Raiders at times. But like the Chargers look to be, on paper, one of the best teams in football. A lot of what the Chargers do is obviously going to be dictated on how good the quarterback is. I think the defense is going to be better than it was last year. The defense was shit last year. But I didn't think they missed the playoffs because of the defense. As bad as the defense was at times, I think they lost because of the fucking coach. And it's hard for me to say that because I like their head coach, Staley. But he did kind of coach them out of games at times. He coached them to L's at times. Like, he coached them out of the playoffs, I thought, at the end of the day. Like, when I looked at it all in totality, I was like, yeah, he kind of coached them out of the playoffs. But that's hey. Well, I mean, it kind of is a strike on his resume, but I don't give a fuck. I still think he a good head coach. A good young head coach. So, I like Staley. I think the Chargers are going to be a good team this year, okay? So, it's so hard to pick this division, though. And that's why I started with this fucking division. Because it's so hard to pick this division. Because I'm picking some of these games, right? And I got to turn around and pick the Raiders, the Chargers, the Chiefs and the Broncos and be like, but this is a good team too. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. But anyways, the open up, I think they will beat the Raiders. I'm going to just tell you right now, I almost am certain, not almost certain, but I kind of feel like this division will probably split the games with each other this year. Unless some of these teams deal with major injuries or somebody is having just a bad year, there's a great chance that these games could get split by each of these teams this year. Aside from the Raiders, they will probably lose both games against the Chiefs because the Chiefs own them. But I do think they will start the season off with a win against the Raiders. But it's so dicey. I don't think they're going to blow them out. It's going to be dicey, though, because the Raiders got a new system they're trying to get implemented and whatnot. I just think the Chargers are going to hit the ground running. They're not employing a new offensive system. They might got some new weapons here and there. You bring Williams back. But I don't think that they'll I don't think they'll struggle to get going. I think Derek Carr and them boys could, take a quarter or 2, 3, maybe the whole fucking game to get going. You know what I'm saying? As good as Devontae Adams is, as much as I like Hunter Renfrow, as good as what's my man's name? I didn't even mean to say I liked Hunter Renfrow. I meant to say I like Darren Waller, and as good as Darren Waller and as good as Hunter Renfrow are, by the way, I want to say something. Excuse me. I might have flipped my opinion on Cooper Kupp by the end of last year. Bless me. Bless me. I done flipped my pick on Cooper Kupp. I don't think Cooper Kupp is the best receiver in the NFL still, but I do think he a top 5 receiver and whatnot. My opinion on Hunter Renfrow has not changed. Hunter Renfrow is a slot receiver. So if they got Hunter Renfrow lining up as the outside receiver, bless me, I just think that'll end up being counterproductive to the team. They don't need him lining up outside. I think Hunter Renfrow could be great inside. But to open up the season, I really do want to pick the Raiders, because I actually kind of think the Raiders are going to have a better season this year, low-key. What do I want to do? Fuck that. I got the fucking, where this shit at? The Chargers starting, bro. I just want to say, if you hear this fan in the background, bro, you can, and you like pissed off about it, like, oh man, I just really wish he would turn that fucking fan. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. This basic box that I done created for myself to record in, the curtains that I done basically got to put up in this thing, with the AC in this thing, and the AC being this high powered fan, yeah, you could suck one. But listen, I changed my mind. They losing the first week of the fucking season. They losing against the Raiders. I think the Raiders gonna be the better team, and they gonna start off their season with a bang. The Chargers losing week 1 in LA to the Oakland. Why the fuck do I keep calling these dudes Oakland? Week 1, the Chargers losing to the Vegas Raiders, bro. The Vegas Raiders, obviously I'm not the biggest fan of the coach, but I just think that this is a new, Derek Carr and them boys about to have a fucking year. Week 2, on the road in Kansas City. Now listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Before I had them winning game 1, so it was easy for me to get them an L game 2. And I just said that I thought these teams would split the games in this division before, and like almost right after that, I just told you that they was going to lose game 1 at their own home, meaning that they wouldn't split that series against the Raiders. But yeah, ignore that. Listen, they got Kansas City in Kansas City. Now, what's bothering me about Kansas City is not the fact that they don't have Tyreek Hill. I don't care about that. It's how far along will these other receivers be, and how good is Travis Kelce still? Because I'm not saying that Travis Kelce done lost a step or no shit like that. Yo, I saw a fucking beetle, or like I don't even know what you would call it. I think you call it a beetle, sitting under like this light that I got outside my crib, bro. That shit was so big that I didn't even want to step on that shit, bro, because I'm like, I didn't want to use a shoe to smash it, because I'm like, bro, I'm definitely going to hear that shit. So I just went and got some bug spray and shot that shit and killed it. There's going to be some people who that just really annoyed, but get over it. But like I was saying, I man, what the this is fun. Okay. I'm prepared to be just completely L'd up when this shit play out. Man, somebody got to be bad in this division, okay? I'm just telling you right now. They are losing the first 2 weeks of the season, bro. I'm sorry. I cannot put them. I fucking know. But I just got Pat Mahomes and them boys winning. And I don't even like the defense. No, bro. I got them winning in Kansas City. They winning in Kansas City. I got them winning in week 2 in Kansas City. Week 3 against the Jags. This is going to be a tougher game than people think, bro. I got them winning it because they at home. But I do have them. Man, do I really have... Man, I might double back on that Chiefs one. But look, the Jags going to be a tougher game than people think. Now, I do think they're going to end up winning this game, but I don't think and it could be a blowout. Who fucking knows? But I like Doug Peterson. I like Trevor Lawrence. I like the pieces they have. I don't care that they overpaid, buddy. Who's to say who overpaid? It ain't like I'm the one who had to cut the fucking check. Yeah, I got this tendency of trying to feel bad for billionaires for spending money. This shit don't make no sense to me. But yeah, they're going to beat the Jaguars just because I think it's, as much as talent as the Jags, done brought in, I don't think it'll be enough right now. Like, the Jags won't be great this year. I done had to come to that conclusion because I want the Jaguars to be good just because I like Trevor Lawrence and I like Doug Peterson and I think they got some good players over there. But they ain't winning this season. So I got them beating the Jags. That was the easiest one I had to pick. Well, no, actually, this is the easiest one I got to pick. They beating Texans. I think they lost to the Texans last year. I'm not for sure. Don't hold me on that. But they beating the Texans in Davy Mills. Listen, second year, Davis Mills under them boys, don't give a flying fuck. Brandon Cooks is a good receiver. Outside of Brandon Cooks, who knows what you're going to get from them other dudes. And the Texans defense to me has been a huge problem over the last couple years. Like, the Texans defense really haven't been good in a minute. And they have these stats that can make you think that they decent at times and they okay at times. But the Texans defense just ain't it. Speaking of the fucking Texans, because the Browns is coming up next, let me talk about both of these motherfuckers. So, Deshaun Watson. Obviously, I haven't talked about Deshaun Watson much on this show, on this channel, on this show. I want to talk about him right now. So I didn't have no thoughts on the thing. Well, I had thoughts, but I wasn't speaking on my thoughts or nothing like that. Because I'm one of those people who let the public, I let shit play out. Especially in these type of situations where it's dealing with law and shit like that. I let it play out. But I'm also not stupid enough to not realize that some rich people got the money to get off on some of these things. I'm not stupid. So I can use my brain and at the same time let shit play out before I just form an opinion. One thing I was confused on was how I don't like where people can be accused of something and the court of public opinion, depending on what the accusation is, they don't need no type of proof or anything that he or she did said thing. They just immediately judge them off of that. And then you turn around, that's kind of what happened in that Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, I guess. Actually, I can't even use that example because I don't know what the fuck that shit was all about. I just know everybody was talking about that shit for like the past month. But either way, I don't like how people can fuck. What was I just talking about, bro? That Amber Heard and Johnny Depp shit just randomly popped up in my head, bro. But the court of public opinion is basically what I was talking about, I believe. How hold up, bro. Hold up. Let me cuz I really forgot what the fuck I was talking about, bro. It's absolute Deshaun Watson. Okay, so I thought it was weird that people could be like, he guilty just based off of accusations, and then when the courts find that he did, like they find him innocent, people was like, oh, you know what, but he's still right, he's still guilty. I don't feel like you should be able to have it both ways in that type of sense, but with the new information that's done come out, with the lawyer saying the shit that he done said, bro, and with the news coming out that basically the Texans provided Deshaun with multiple hotel rooms, non-disclosure agreements and things like that, this shit kind of do make it sound like Deshaun Watson was a sexual predator. And even not a sexual predator in the sense of like, oh, he was raping women. But you still a sexual predator when you basically was doing what they accusing. And it's kind of I'm starting kind of to feel like this many women, 66 women, cannot all be lying. And it make it even more so to me that they not lying, because the Texans doing what they did was enabling you to do this. And it was not until you did not want to be a Texan anymore where all this broke loose and all this got loose. So to me, the NFL need to do something about the Texans and Deshaun Watson. And for the crowd out there who keep yelling, Deshaun Watson should not be suspended for a full year because he served a full year suspension last year. The NFL did not suspend Deshaun Watson last year. Deshaun Watson was given leave by the Texans. They put him on administrative leave, basically. He was not suspended by the NFL. If the NFL came out and said we suspended that motherfucker for the entire year, it would be justice that he served that. However, I actually think if he get found guilty of this, he should be serving more than just one fucking year. Because I don't believe, for one, you should face some type of criminal cases. Because what they making it sound like is that Deshaun Watson went into every single one of these engagements hoping and basically trying to get these women to fuck him. Or trying to fuck these women. Whichever way you put it. And if that's the case, it sounds like most of these women, some of them might have been down with it, and a lot of them feel they wasn't. They felt like he just wanted them there to fuck him, and that's very degrading. I get why they felt the way they felt, because like, yo, this motherfucker basically called me over here just because I look good and he want to fuck me, not because he really actually want to fucking massage. That's very degrading to a woman and to anybody who that happened to. So I can feel them on that. And so I'm actually starting to really turn to their side. I wasn't really on no side at first. Like I said, I just let the shit play out. But the more and more I'm hearing this shit, the more and more I'm like, yeah, this motherfucker was wilding. And I was thinking about this earlier today. I was like, yo, the shit that they describing with Deshaun Watson make it sound like this was a motherfucker who his whole life growing up, when he knew he was gonna get rich, he was telling himself, man, I'm gonna fuck so many bitches. I'm gonna fuck so many bad bitches. Like, he sound that the shit that he doing, this make it sound like that was his mind state, and then he started doing it and didn't think it was nothing wrong with what he was doing. Like, that power, bro, that power and money get motherfuckers, I was finna say something, get motherfuckers acting a crazy type of way, bro, forgetting their morals and how they was raised and shit. Shit wild. But they play the Texans in week 4. What the fuck? I done hopped all the way to 10. I'm wildin'. Not in the way they was, though. But the Texans play at home. I just wanted to throw that in there, though. That the Texans should be held responsible also for this Deshaun Watson shit. Creating these non-disclosure agreements, finding the hotels for him. I think they said they was helping him set up these meetings with these women, trying to find these women and shit. And I would just tell you right now, one of the things that I had already thought about from the beginning of this trial was this. I always had thought that there could be some truth to this for the simple reason. If I'm an athlete, get a professional athlete who wants my body tended to by a massage therapist or something, I'm not going to 66 different fucking massage therapists, bruh. When I had locks, I was very particular on who did my locks, bro. I'm not going to 5, 6, 7 different beauticians to do my locks, bro. I want one person doing my shit all the time. When you get a good deal with a handyman, you go to that handyman as much as you can for all the issues you could possibly think of that you think that he tell you he can fix. You don't go to somebody else if your handyman is affordable and great. So Deshaun Watson not having just 1 or 2 massage therapists was already and then when I saw the shit where they was like, oh, he go on Facebook and Twitter and shit to find his massage therapist, I'm like, okay, I see what this is. But listen, week 5, they in Cleveland. Speaking about Deshaun Watson, it all ties together, bruh. I think they're gonna win this game because I don't think Deshaun Watson gonna be playing in week 5. I'm gonna be honest with you. All the shit that's done come out with Deshaun Watson, I do not think Deshaun Watson is going to touch the football field this year. I'm gonna be a band with you. Because I do not think the NFL want to fuck around and make the mistake of letting this man onto the football field without getting to the bottom of this shit. I truly believe the NFL might come in and forcibly put him on leave. He might even get paid for it. But I do not think they want him touching the football field until this case play out all the way. Especially with the new information. Because I saw the report that said they had just concluded their conversations with Deshaun Watson. But that was before these new women done come forward. And you can't just ignore them and blow past it and act as if they was in the majority, because I'm pretty sure Deshaun Watson didn't bring up those women who came for those new women that come forward. When he was talking to these women, I guarantee you he did not bring up those women who just came forward. So that's something new. Now, if he did bring them up before that, that's a different story. But if he didn't, now we got to sit down and talk about that too. Now that draw this thing out even longer. And I don't think he should be allowed to play while this is being figured out. Because I feel those women who feel like, yo, this motherfucker did something wrong to us, bro. He should not be getting paid after he did this. And he should not be on the field playing after he did this. Wait, I have to show the same consistency about this that I feel about when police officers can go off and kill a motherfucker and get paid leave or suspended and still paid to do it. I already think I have a strong disdain for police officers and law enforcement because they are allowed to walk around murdering people and getting away with it. And those of them who get punished for it are not truly punished for it. They get protected in prison and sent to good prisons. And then the only time they actually get punished is if they actually wasn't liked by people in the force. Think about that. The motherfuckers and police officers let you kill people, and the only time they'll ever do anything about it, which they can not like you and still not do nothing about it just because they understand that we can't, if we indict him, it'll start a trickle-down effect. The police officers, one of the worst. I'm not even going to get into that. I'll be here all day talking about that. But I understand those women, those victims, not wanting Deshaun, not being happy with Deshaun Watson being able to play while all this shit is being figured out. I agree 1,000%. And with all the new information that's coming out, and with the fact that I truly, honestly, I'm leaning towards, I'm starting to think the man is guilty. I just don't think it's a good look for the NFL to put that man out there. I'm going to be honest with you. If it was me, he wouldn't be. If I had, let's say I was a big YouTube channel, right? And we was finally doing the things that I wanted to do. And I had multiple shows going on the channel, right? And let's say let's say I had an employee who was accused of sexual misconduct on all these different women. One woman, but let alone all these women. It's no way I'm allowing him or her to be on the it's no way I'm allowing that individual to be on screen working for us. When that is, like, if they behind the scenes working, that's one thing. They're not going to be on camera every fucking day with something like that pending. And it might even get to a point where can't even have them working right now. Now, it's going to be very hard for me to, I'm not even going to say what I was like, because that's just me being a dickhead. But I'm not going to have somebody on screen every day. And I'm definitely not finna throw a raise and give some guaranteed money at a motherfucker who going through these type of things right now. That do show the desperation of Cleveland. And I think I didn't have a problem with how Cleveland handled this stuff at first, but now I'm kind of seeing bad franchises do stupid shit. And at the end of the day, this might have been it was no might. This was a bad decision to throw that type of money at a dude going through what Deshaun Watson. Now, for one, I always thought it was stupid that they threw that type of money at him just because I didn't think Deshaun Watson should have been the first quarterback to make that type of money. But I understood why they had to throw that type of, even though I do kind of think they was outbidding themselves. Like, they probably, no team was anywhere near the range of what they offered Deshaun Watson. Meaning they just overpaid, for a situation like this. And so, while you didn't expect Deshaun Watson to pick you, even though you did throw him that crazy ass money, I will say, when you look back on it, especially if this motherfucker is never on the field again, or if he take another year where he can't play, because you take him out of the football, you take Deshaun Watson off the field for 2 years in a row, it is very hard for me to believe, no matter how great you are, that you won't have some type of rust when you come back, if he comes back. And that's, like I said, if he serve a full year suspension or a suspension. I'm pretty sure he'll serve a suspension. But yeah, I got the Chargers winning that game in Cleveland. If not for anything, I don't know who the fuck gonna be the quarterback for Cleveland, because I don't think it'll be Deshaun Watson. Is it gonna be Jacoby Brissett? Is Baker? You know what's gonna be crazy? If Deshaun Watson is not allowed to play in the NFL no more, what the fuck do you do with Baker Mayfield? Because this man do not want to go back. I personally, if I'm Cleveland, because they probably find some way to help you out with that. Like, they'll probably void all that money. Like, his contract, Deshaun Watson's contract, will probably become void if he get found guilty of this stuff in any type of way. Like, his contract will end up being voided. So that won't end up being a problem. let's say they end up not being able to have Deshaun Watson as a quarterback because of whatever this off the field stuff, right? I still think you're in a pretty good situation. Some people say, see, you shouldn't do that to Baker. Now you don't got Baker. We did not want Baker in the first place. Now we just go into the season without a sure quarterback, and now we are in the quarterback market again. Even though we already knew we could not win with Baker Mayfield. So I don't really think they in as bad a place as they was, to be honest with you, because some people will argue if Deshaun Watson get through all this stuff and can play, then they still in better position than when they started. So, you know, I guess that decision or that is in I don't even know what I would say, but they're gonna beat the fucking Browns in week 5. Get my pen. I got a pen that spins, so y'all don't gotta hear that click, 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 click shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a dub in week 5. So through 5 weeks, we are. Hey, they 4-1 through 5 weeks. Let's go. 5-1 through 4 weeks, bro. Through 5 weeks. I am high as a kite. They are 4-1 through 5 weeks. Ignore my fucking stupidity. Okay, now we got the Broncos. We got Denver in LA. I think they lose that game. No, I think they win that game. I'm tripping. I think they beat Denver. Even though I think Denver's defense will be good, I think Russ will struggle on the road. Plus, I think the Chargers' defense is going to be better this year. Like, their defense wasn't that great last year. I think the fact, if Joey Bosa can stay healthy, let's say 17-game season, Joey Bosa give you, because he got to give you more than 10, especially in this division. Let's say Joey Bosa can stay healthy for over half of the season, along with Khalil Mack, and Khalil Mack still got shit left in the tank. I think their defense is going to be tough. Plus, I like their middle linebacker. I like J.C. Jackson, obviously. So, yeah, I got them beating the Broncos. See, they beating the Seahawks. They're beating the Seahawks. Who knows what the fuck the Seahawks doing at quarterback? I guess they're going with Drew Lock. Who knows if that'll still be the decision come week 7. I realized something. One of these weeks is a bye week. And I didn't write down which week would be a bye week. I realize that now. That is tragic. That is very tragic. Fuck it. The 7th game y'all play this season, whichever time that is, y'all 7th opponent will be the Seahawks, and y'all gonna beat them motherfuckers. I was gonna say something again. So they got y'all sitting at 6-1 right now. Your next opponent will be the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. That is another dub. I don't know what the fuck they doing at quarterback. Marcus Mariota should probably be the start. Well, he probably will be the starter when the season starts. Who knows if that'll be the case when that game roll around. But I still think that is a game that, because the Chargers going to be a good team too. Far better than Atlanta. The next game after you face Atlanta in Atlanta, you head to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. And that is the game that I think they take a L. Whether it be Trey Lance at the helm. Actually, you know what? Trey Lance is going to be... Nope, they win in that game. I changed my mind. That's a dub. I forgot Jimmy Garoppolo getting traded. That's a dub. I'm not completely sold on 49ers yet with Trey Lance. I need to see him play. I'm not giving them that dub over a team that I actually know the quarterback good already. So I got them beating the 49ers in San Francisco. Now that's big because that means you just went on a 2-game road trip and you won both of those fucking games. But then you come back in week 10 and you play the Chiefs. And I got them losing that game. I think the Chiefs will come into LA and pick up that win. Because I think by that point in time, the Chiefs have figured out what they're doing on offense and whatnot. So after 10 games in the season, The Chargers would be 8-2. Now that's a great fucking record. But yo, smoke break. I be watching Chiseled Adonis. And now a word from our sponsors. Bro, I saw this dude singing this song called The Night We Met on YouTube. He was murking that shit. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, honey, if I goes if you. That ain't how he sung it. I couldn't really remember how he sang it. He killed that shit though. I wish I could do that. Motherfucker was doing vocal gymnastics. Now listen, I'll admit sometimes motherfuckers do get a little too flippy with the vocal gymnastics. But you got some people who know just how to get, just where to go with it. Like Christina Aguilera, bro. It's crazy how she do that shit with her voice, bro. We still on break. Take me back. Shit was slick, wasn't it? It's a vocal coaching right now. How would they hit? How they be hit? Take me, whatever. Take. Hey yo, fuck that. Somebody had bought some Stone Cold IPA beers today. I didn't drink none because I'm not an IPA type of motherfucker. I'm also not a beer type of motherfucker, but. Like, I done got to the point where beer just does not make my day, or IPAs. They don't make anything taste better to me, because they themselves don't taste good to me. Like, I don't drink alcohol anymore, because alcohol does not taste good to me. And I know people are like, man, you're not tasting it for it to taste good, you're drinking it to get drunk. So why is it so many flavors and shit like that, and people telling you that? I'm like, I saw this dude one time who was like, man, I can't be no wine taster because all wine tastes the fucking same to me. Agreed. All alcohol, okay, well, not all bourbon, because some of this shits do got distinct flavors. But at the genesis of all of it, the shits basically taste the same to me. I'm just be honest with you. I'm just be completely transparent with you. Hey, yo, I done drunk a whole bottle of bourbon one night, bro. I had alcohol poisoning after that, too, just to let you know. Terrible experience. But we off a break. Are we? Yeah, we off break. Alright. I got week 11 written down, but I'm pretty sure I fucked up the bye week in there somewhere. So, the game that you will play after you get through 8-2 season to start, which is 10 games in. The 11th game that you play in the season will be in Arizona. Now, I think Arizona will win that game. But I do think that will be a close game. But I think Arizona going to win that game. I think Arizona's defense won't be as good as it usually is, but I do think Arizona's offense will still be the Arizona offense. Wait a minute. That's 7 games left in the season. Arizona be falling apart towards the back end of the season. I changed my... Nah, I'm giving Arizona that win. I actually think they're going to go in there and beat Arizona. I don't think Arizona's offense is going to be that great this year. I think it'll be good, but I don't think it'll be what I don't think it'll be what LA's offense will be this year. So I think the Chargers gonna win that game in Arizona. But I do think this is gonna be so funny when I get this shit wrong this year. They're losing in Vegas. You got that fucking right. I got Vegas sweeping them this year. I got Vegas beating them in LA to open the season, and I got Vegas beating them in in Las Vegas in the back end of the season. Now watch these motherfucking Raiders get spanked. I got them beating the Dolphins because I think the Dolphins will be a better team this year, but I'm not a believer in Tua Tagovailoa right now. I need to see him be able to push the ball down the field. As much as I like the weapons, as much as I think you can get away for a while by dinking and dunking and running these offenses and allow receivers to pick up extra yards and shit, I just believe at some point in time you're going to have to be forced to throw that ball down the field and be able to move the ball up and down the field, which is what I think they will struggle with. So I got them beating the Dolphins. The Titans is who they will play next, and I got them winning because I think the Titans will struggle this year. And I don't know why when I looked through this team earlier I didn't have the Titans. Oh, because I don't think the Titans will suck. But I don't think they'll be the same team they done been in recent years. I think they'll take a step back. For one, Ryan Tannehill does not have the weaponry that he had in the past. You lose Julio and you lose A.J. Brown, his favorite weapon. You have Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry starting to get some treading on them tires. Well, he been had some treading on them damn tires. But, the injuries starting to pile up a little bit. I think they'll beat the Titans because I don't think the Titans passing game will be able to stick with the Chargers. Week 15 in Indy. I think Indy will be a decent team this year, but I think they lack of skilled players on the outside. And truly, I don't think they tight end that great either. I think that's what's going to fuck the Colts up because Matt Ryan is good. Matt Ryan ain't great no more, and Matt Ryan ain't never really made nobody better. He had a lot of fucking weapons throughout his career. He'll be the first one to tell you that. So I think they're going to end up beating the Colts in week 15 or whatever week they play the Colts around that area. They 15 game will be the Colts, and they're going to beat them in Indy. Then they got the Rams, and that's where they losing because I think they will end up losing. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think it'll end up being a shootout, but I think the Rams' defensive Aaron Donald will be the difference in that game. In a game where it's going to be a lot of passing, eventually Aaron Donald and the defense for the Rams will end up having to make key plays, and I think Aaron Donald going to step up and make those key plays. And then you got the last game for the regular season at Denver. I think they'll lose that game. So with that being said, that'll get him 12 wins on the season and 5 L's on the season. That's a good fucking record, 12-5. I don't know if that win the division yet because I haven't done everybody else in the division. I'm pretty sure it don't win the division, seeing as how I got the Raiders beating them twice. So I'm pretty sure I got the Chargers finishing second in the division just off of first glance. And I got the Raiders winning the division just off of first glance. Now watch me come back and this shit be completely fucking wrong. Now listen, I like the Chargers. I think the Chargers they're gonna have a good season. I picked these motherfuckers to go 12-5. But the Chargers additions in the offseason is really the reason I'm picking the Chargers to have a better season this year. Because they had a good season last year, but I think they were so heavily dependent on the offense that it was at times the defense really didn't step up. And then, like I said, ultimately I think Coach Staley coached them out of the playoffs at the end of the day. And I hate saying that because I like Coach Staley. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But I do think this will be a better team this year. He got some defensive weapons over there now to help him out. I think Khalil Mack still got something left in the tank. I think Joey Bosa's health is the biggest concern for Joey Bosa because if he is healthy, he can dominate. It's just going to be about him being healthy. I think J.C. Jackson adds a shutdown corner element to them that they did not have since Casey Hayward had that breakout season. But I think the Chargers are going to be a tough team to beat, especially now. I don't know how the home field advantage will play for the Chargers because I don't know if too many Charger fans show up to Charger games, but I do think that this will be a tough team to beat in LA on their own home field. I think the Chargers could be like not necessarily the Rams, but they can be a fun team that people want. Now ultimately in LA it ain't about being fun, you gotta win. I mean, that's just the genesis of it all. You got to win. But I do believe that the Chargers could become a team that's like exciting to see. You got Herbie as some people call him. You got two great receivers on the outside. You got a good running back who I think is more of a like catching running back than the actual like running back. You got Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa on the defense, star power. J.C. Jackson, more star power. Derwin James, more star power. Like, the Chargers gonna be a fucking problem. The Chargers are going to be a fucking problem this year. It's no two ways around it. But with that, I appreciate you for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. It's been a long one. I am disappointed that the Warriors lost tonight, but we got to get this thing in 7, baby. We got to get game 4. I appreciate y'all for joining me. I fuck with you. I love you. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. Give my Dukes a kiss on the forehead. Dap father up. Dap pops up, because Father's Day is just around the corner. Saint out.
How the fuck I pay a couple card notes and ain't even whipping? How the fuck I'm putting food on the table while I ain't living? Cursed from being alone with these dreams of a happy home. So when I think it's really love, I give them anything they want. I got stupid shit I did as a kid defining me lately. When I try to open up a new chapter, they still hate me. My mental, my only drug, so I'm doing this shit alone. Last time I fought depression and she got me on my zone. One bad move for thuggery, hit record from luxury. Pop said some shit that stuck with me. All it take is a mustard seed. Yesterday I caught $40 of pot those. Homie in